Jasmine Fiore, The Corpse in a Bag. A lot of strange and scary stories happen behind the scenes of the lives of celebrities who we see every day in the best and most beautiful look. We don't know how much suffering many of them are experiencing, for fame is a double-edged sword which may make you live as a king or may make you an example to humans throughout history. This is exactly what happened with Jasmine Fiore, whose fame has become a curse rather than a blessing. Jenkins is one of the most famous American reality shows. Reality programs are programs that spread widely in the early 2000s. There are always contest programs or games, and what distinguishes them is that the participants are from the public and under the eyes of the cameras. These programs are not without real pranks or quarrels that the channel relies on to gain more fame. Among these programs, the American channel VH1 is famous for broadcasting the program I Love Money. It is a program in which all its contestants were selected from other real-life programs. The most famous were chosen, and those who deliberately quarreled or things that attract the viewer ended up winning a huge sum of money. Ryan, one of the celebrities of reality shows, was always inclined to romance and seduce the viewer that he is a lovable gentleman with a big heart, and many girls fall into his deceit. But one girl was the reason for the upheaval of his life and hers. Jasmine Fiore, a model and one of the icons of Las Vegas. Jasmine was a huge media face. You see it in advertisements and casino opening parties. Also a successful businesswoman. One of its plans was to build one of the largest gymnasiums in Las Vegas. 2009, the year of meeting. Ryan met Jasmine after he finished filming one of the reality shows in which he was a participant, who won the final prize of $250,000. To enjoy his award, he went to celebrate in Las Vegas. There, he met Jasmine in one of the theaters. Without preamble, a love affair began between them. She then followed the relationship with a very quick marriage and moving to Los Angeles. What Jasmine doesn't know is that Ryan is an unbearably jealous man. He was always suspicious of her, even hitting her one time and dropping her in the pool only because he suspected that she had thought of talking to a former friend. She reported it to the police, but no one paid attention to her, and this is due to Ryan's connections in the police. The case was quickly closed. Jasmine's life did not improve. Ryan used to abuse her for the most trivial reasons. He exploits her fame and connections to achieve his nefarious goals, and his intention has finally become clear, which was to exploit her, to seize her money, and to be one of the biggest businessmen in Las Vegas. After endless fights, Ryan's suspicion that Jasmine is cheating on him increases, which she was not doing, but the patient's suspicion was too strong to believe her. He told her that there was a huge poker fundraiser at the Del Mar Hilton and that they had to come because the person who invited them was a very important person. It is worth mentioning that this type of party is attended by many rich and famous people who play poker, but the profits are donated to charity. Jasmine agreed, as her presence is a duty as one of the city's richest people. It is also an opportunity for her to increase her relations and knowledge from influential people. The concert ended after midnight, and at 2:30 a.m., both Ryan and Jasmine left the concert and rented a room in one of the well-known hotels. But at 4:30 a.m., surveillance cameras captured images of Ryan leaving the hotel alone with a suitcase. Jasmine was not seen with him or anywhere. He returned to the hotel at 9 o'clock in the morning, then checked out of the hotel and left the building. On the same night, when the clock was ticking 9 o'clock in the evening, Ryan called the police and told them that his wife was missing and had not seen her since 8:30 a.m. He was in the hotel at a time. He told them that they had gone to a charity party and then they returned home and she did not come in with him. She said she would go to do some errands but had not returned since morning. But what Ryan didn't know was that just an hour before he called, Jasmine had been found, or rather, her body had been found. In a bag, inside a garbage can, in one of the alleys of the neighborhood Diana Park, close to the hotel. Inside this suitcase, the remains of Jasmine's body were found. It was a body with a whole face mutilated, and also without teeth. It was all removed. Her hands were also cut off and disposed of, and moreover, her hair was also shaved. Reports reported that there was a completely mutilated body, but it is not possible to reach its identity because everything that could be known about her has disappeared, because the identity of a corpse can be reached through teeth, hair, or fingerprints. After taking the body to forensic medicine, it was found that the body belonged to a woman who had died of strangulation, and then her body was mutilated. The body was dismembered only 2 hours after it was discovered. They searched the vicinity until they found a white Mercedes in a parking lot, where it had been parked for more than 24 hours. When they were opened, they found the remains of hair and blood, and these clues were linked to the mutilated body. In any case, and back to Ryan, who forgot something important and perhaps did not know about it, Jasmine had undergone many cosmetic surgeries, one of which was breast augmentation, and in these operations she used fillers containing a chip with a serial number. This is what the forensic doctor observed, so he cut the breast and extracted the chest filling, then the foil inside it, and from here it was confirmed that the body belongs to the famous model Jasmine Fiore. Escape and ending. Has the ghost of Jasmine Ryan chased? After Ryan called the police that morning, he was even more frightened, even before he learned that Jasmine's body had been discovered. He hurried to the Canadian border, rented a speedboat, and took it to Canada to meet his father's wife who lives there. Meanwhile, the autopsies had sent their results to the police. Ryan is now wanted, especially after they confirmed that he was out of the United States. They called and reported the matter to his family, who were not surprised by the matter, as if they were aware that their son might do this. Ryan called his father after arriving in Canada, but his father immediately hung up, cutting off access to him. And this thing broke Ryan even more, who woke up from his coma and understood that what he did was crazy by killing his wife in this way. The U.S. authorities reported his location to the Canadian authorities, and a search for him began. Ryan became the main suspect in Jasmine's murder. 2 days later, on August 20th, at the door of the Thunderbird Hotel, a luxury silver car stopped. A blonde woman came down from it in her late 20s and went to the hotel reception, booked rooms in her name and paid them in advance. Then Ryan got out of the car and they went up to the room together. After 20 minutes, the girl left the hotel and did not return. For 3 days, no one saw the girl or the young man who was with her, Ryan, as no one there knew his true identity. The hotel security found themselves forced to open the door only to find Ryan swinging by his neck, tied to a belt, and dying after hanging himself. He wrote his will, entitled The Last Testament, on his mobile device. Later, it turned out that the blonde girl was his sister from his mother, and he had turned to her for help. So she decided to reserve a room in her name as to not draw attention to him until he calmed down, and they found a solution. But he decided to end his life before he was arrested. Police found packed suitcases and money at Ryan's home, as if he was planning to return from Canada to take them and run away. So why did he commit suicide? Do I feel guilty of my conscience? Or did he not think about the consequences when he decided to kill Jasmine? Is it reasonable that his sister and his sister were tempted to end his life instead of going to prison? The real reasons why he ended his wife and his life in this way remain mysterious and unknown.